All right. Do you have some news?
I do.
You want to get to?
I do have some news. So this is kind of fun, and we got some correlating video for this. So, by the way, my husband played like college soccer, and he said I pronounced, is it FIFA or FIFA?
I don't care.
FIFA.
It is FIFA.
Yeah.
The guys are telling me it's FIFA.
Yeah, it's FIFA.
So President Trump was at MetLife Stadium where Chelsea FC apparently trounced Paris's Saint-Germain FC in what the president aptly described as, quote, a bit of an upset. He's been friends with the FIFA president for a really long time, and so that's why he ended up going to the game and sitting with him. Melania looked like fabulous, as always, by the way. And he said he took great pleasure in watching the soccer boom in the United States and hopes that soon it will match the country's other standings on the world stage.
This country?
And then a reporter apparently asked him, hey, would you officially sign an executive order renaming soccer football in the United States? And he said, I think we could do that.
He would answer that to
Right?
any question.
But look at him. He stayed up on stage with Chelsea when they got the trophy.
Yeah, okay. Listen. I don't know.
He's just up there like, look at him. That's the most he's ever moved other than when he's done the Trump dance. He's so excited.
I don't know why people care about soccer. I hate soccer. People have been trying to get me to care about soccer for 50 years in this country. I don't give two shits about soccer. It's fine if you don't have football, but if you have football, then we don't need soccer. It's the
Trump is saying that maybe we should call it football. So then how are we gonna call it like American football versus?
I disagree. I don't want to call it football. I don't even like flag football to have the word football in it. It's not football. I hate soccer. It's a weird thing because the two biggest sports internationally are F1 and soccer.
Yep.
And F1, I'm like, yeah.
Ready to go.
I love
Sign me
F1.
up.
And then soccer's like, no. And it's weird because I don't know. It's like they got F1 right, they got soccer wrong. Soccer was invented to keep poor people busy without equipment. Rich people play hockey because it costs. I was literally.
It costs so much money to play hockey. And by the way, it costs so much money now to play like baseball and stuff.
I was talking.
Like travel baseball.
Oh my God. I was talking to somebody on Saturday about playing hockey. He said, I was going to play. I go, we didn't know anyone who played hockey. We couldn't play hockey. You couldn't play hockey. I go, how much are your skates? He goes, well, my skates are $1,400.
Holy
I go,
crap.
yeah, no. And he goes, but you could get them for $300. Yeah, but the foot would grow a size every year in your 9-year-old. Not to mention you have to have all your own equipment. So hockey, I'll bet you.
Smells.
Dawson or Andrew, you could look this up. I'll bet you if you took hockey nations versus soccer nations, there'll be a little. You would, in general, see that the hockey nations are much better nations than the soccer nations. The ones that have more corruption and crime and drug lords and honor killings and shit like that. No hockey. Hockey's going to be, it's all like Finland and Sweden and shit like that.
So I think that actually outside of the United States, the greatest like country that's giving us NHL players, like professional NHL players now, it used to be like Russians. Yeah. It's actually Finnish.
Interesting.
So there's more Finns.
Canada, Russia, us now, whatever. Yeah. If you said to me, look, Adam, there's a place you got to move to. And I'm not telling you anything about what this place is. I'm not telling you anything. It's kind of like said, there's a school. I want your kids to go to this elementary school. Okay. The closest Starbucks to that school has no code for the bathroom door. They're on the honor system. I'd go send the kids to that school because that means the neighborhood's great.
Yep.
Okay. Here's how you measure. Do you manufacture one or more high-quality automobiles from your country?
Oh.
Do you have a variety of good sandwiches? Variety of sandwiches.
Key point we've talked about.
And do you export hockey players? You have a lot of young people playing hockey. I'd go, I'll fucking live there. Because you give me loves hockey. That means affluence, parents that care, raising kids, blah, 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 blah. You give me a large sandwich variety. And you give me manufacturers a number of high-end automobiles. I'll live in that country.
But I do have to say, I agree with Trump. He went on to tell an outlet that we were doing very badly as a country. Just imagine this in Trump voice that I'm not even going to try to imitate because it's hilarious and very Trump. When he was talking about football and or soccer and how it's growing here, quote, "We were doing very badly as a country in an incompetent administration," obviously referring to Biden. "And now we have a hot country. It's really hot. And I think the soccer is going to be hot here too." So I do have to say I agree with POTUS because I think that soccer players are generally hotter than other sports stars.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Like, they're just good looking.
I'll tell you why.
Got good stamina.
Whoa.
I'm married to one.
Oh.
Just saying.
Biggest ice hockey countries, Canada, United States, Russia, but they don't do a good car, Russia. Sweden, Finland, and the Czech Republic.
Interesting.
Full set of Top Gear for a kid now in hockey is between $2,000 and $3,000.
Holy crap. That's a used car.
You can get one soccer ball and keep an entire village occupied, an entire village of poor people occupied.
But I feel like I'm not going to poo-poo on that. Like, I think that's kind of a cool thing. Like, if you can keep them,
it's invented out of necessity.
I'd rather them do that than join Tren de Agua.
Well, there's only one or two choices. We're at a crossroads, people, here. No, you're right. All right. So there's that. Mm-hmm. I don't think Russians have a large sandwich variety either. I can't see that.
Most communist dictatorships.
Yeah, not a full deli spread.
Not great.
Over there. All right. So screw soccer, but fine. But I want to be called football.
Uh-huh.
And
it would be really confusing. I think that Trump obviously was just being very Trumpy. We can't have two different types of football. How are you going to differentiate?
Mm-hmm. I don't care about soccer. And I hate the USA women's soccer team. Those are the worst. Shrews in the world.
The faux feminists.
Oh, God. They're the worst. What's her name?
Megan Rapinoe?
Rapinoe. Yeah, whatever. Fucking hate her. Go to Canada. I hate her.
Blame Canada, go to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So a judge in New York City has blocked the NYPD's attempt to force dozens of unqualified officers to resign after faulty hiring standards. Did you hear about this?
Well, there's an issue. There's going to be an issue. Mm-hmm. As we go, whether it's the fire department, the military, or the NYPD, or whatever police department, whatever PD, you go, look, all we have now is a bunch of fit white guys doing this job. Mm-hmm. And what we have over here is a bunch of fat people and women who also want to feel like they're represented with the community and the fire department or police department. So at some point they go, well, all right, just have the fat guy and the chick or the fat chick, just have them be able to do, you got to do 20 push-ups in 90 seconds or clear this, be able to climb an 8-foot fence or whatever it is.
Carry a 150-pound man from a burning building.
Right. And then they go, well, the chicks and the fat people can't really do that. And then what I would say is, well, they should come back when they can. But that's not our new world order. The new world order goes, well, all right, well, what if we just lower the fence from 8 feet to 4 feet? And what if we did 10 push-ups in 90 seconds instead of 20 push-ups in 90? And before you know it, you have a bunch of fat chicks working at the police department. And then they're in fucking trouble. But you see this one in England who got punched in the face?
Well, their cops don't even carry weapons, right?
Mental meltdown.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just got a knuckle sandwich, baby. That happens.
It sucks.
It sucks, but it's part of this job. It comes with this territory. And, I used to box. Your husband was a hockey goon and enforcer. Is he the guy who beat the shit out of the guy on the golf course?
No, I said he was a soccer player. It was an argument to be pro.
It was a goon. The whole point is this. I'm used to being punched in the face. I got punched in the face a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Young guys get punched in the face. This woman, now look, don't get me wrong. Don't punch a cop. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But cops.
Don't punch women and don't punch cops. Like in that order, actually.
Cops being 130 pounds and having a mental breakdown because someone in a crowd punched them, that's not really what you want in a cop, is what I'm saying. This is her, by the way. She's.
All right. Calm down, you guys.
I'm just saying, you got to get some Kleenex, you got to clean up, you got to get a ride to the hospital or whatever you got to do, but you can't have an entire mental breakdown.
It's also like, I don't care. I'm sure the percentage is much less, but that is kind of like a fight or flight kind of symptom.
Yes.
That, you know, if you know people that are Delta Force or Navy SEALs or whatever, part of like going through really, really tough training for SWAT team and other things in the FBI is like, they want to see what your fight or flight reflex is. Mm-hmm. So male or female, we'd be laughing if it was a dude having a freak out like that. I think we kind of understand it differently when it's a woman. It's like we should be testing everyone for that reflex. And like, what do you do? If you get punched in the face, you punch them back.
Can I tell you how to do it without in the testing? Without punching anybody? With my Delta Force guys, cops are the fight or flight, the reflex. I mean this. I go, look, we're going on a hike. We're going on a jog today, fellas. I get the group, like 30 guys, and I go, we go chugging, right? And I go, okay, we're going to go up this street. We're going to turn right, and we're going to go through that tunnel. And when they're all chugging through the tunnel, when they get to the middle of the tunnel and they're just jogging, I come behind them in a 71 VW camper bus. And I do a little rev and a downshift, and I throw a backfire, an old school backfire at these guys right behind them, right before they can see me. And they're jogging, and you hear this huge pop, huge backfire right in the middle of the tunnel. Any cadet who flinches or hand flies up or ducks or anything, you're out. You're out. I need the detuned wiring. I need detuned. I don't need little yappy dog. I need big lab wiring, mellow wiring. She got punched in the face and she had an emotional meltdown. She's out.
Yeah. Like you need the adrenaline and like the fight to kick
I need that for pilots too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want them freaking out because of an indicator comes on and that dash.
So my dad was a pilot for 20 years, a military pilot for 20 and then corporate pilot for 20. And I often I so judge flight crews.
Oh, good.
Now and whenever I get like a snippy flight attendant, male or female, that seems like they're unwilling to do something or sacrifice themselves, I'm like, you signed up for the wrong job.
Yes.
Because if we have to emergency land in the Hudson.
Yes, Sully.
Right? Then you need to be able to get your shit together and help everybody else and not have a freak out.
I agree. So look, if you take a bunch of people, whether it's the fire department, the cockpit, or the police department, and you shove them in these positions where
they don't belong.
Or it's Vice President of the United States, or it's the Supreme Court justices. If you go, we need this, and you shove it.
Professors of feminine studies.
Right. Be prepared for dumb people. Sotomayor is dumb. When she was
not as much as I think
Ketanji's dumber than she is, but Sotomayor is dumb too. She was like 10 minutes ago, she was pushing for everybody to be regulated and vaxxed. She wanted to force vaccinations on every American. That was her plan.
Forget the Constitution. The things she vowed to uphold.
Now, that's what, and then she went on to lay out a bunch of inaccurate information about kids being on ventilators and in hospitals. She's either stupid or she lies. But either way, you're going to get that. And then eventually, whether you're in the airplane or subject to some idiot's vax mandate, then you will be the recipient of it.
Yep.
Okay. That's not where I want to live.
Well, now this judge is saying that it wasn't fair. It wasn't very fair that these 30 cops and cadets that were hired between 2023 and 2024 were not meeting the qualifications. And apparently they were told that they had 24 hours to resign or be fired because they didn't meet the qualifications. And all these people are suing the NYPD and saying, well, that's not fair because we thought we did. By the way, the qualifications have been lowered consistently, like you said.
Well, also, if you're going to have cops get buckets of water dumped on their head and urine bottles tossed at them and every motherfucker's fighting and calling them pigs and cussing them out, you're not going to get a robust group of people trying to sign up for the next academy.
The numbers
You're going to get junkies and desperate people. You're going to have to lower the standards because you're not going to get the cream of the crop because those people are going somewhere else.
It's down 14%.
Yes.
Recruitment for the NYPD is down 14%. By the way, here in LA, LAPD numbers are abysmal as well.
Wait till the communist takes over. in New York. Wait till that douchebag takes her. Cops are just all going to leave. They're just going to.
I mean, they
leave.
did it in Seattle. They did it in Portland.
Yeah.
They're doing it in LA.
Zoran Mandani. Wait till him and his fucking retarded dad show up and start making policies over there. The cops are just going to leave.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? By the way, forget about cop. Let's just say
People that want to be
also,
safe walking down the street.
Let's just say you're a welder. You got a trade. And somebody went, well, it's a bitch being a welder in Los Angeles because it's fucking, they hate you and they're so shitty to you and everyone drives by and flips you off and stuff like that. And it's dangerous. They push you. But in Indiana, they love welders. I'd go, well, fuck it. We're moving to Muncie.
Yep.
Because we're going to go somewhere where I can weld and people appreciate it and they like me.
Yep. Treat you with, I don't know, some dignity and respect.
And then Florida'd go like, hey, welders, $10,000 bonus to relocate from Los Angeles where they hate welders in New York where they hate welders. Come, we'll give you $10,000. We'll relocate you. I'd be pack your bags. We're going to Florida.
This happened during COVID, during the BLM riots and stuff. It happened a little bit after the Antifa, like Occupy Wall Street, where liberal cities, like cops were like, I'm done dealing with this shit. And they're going to more red cities. But then it happened again, an influx of cops leaving places. We have a friend left Seattle. Was like, I could get spit on and punched in the face and I could like not retaliate or do anything. I couldn't cuff the guy. My hands were tied by the city and like law enforcement leadership. They moved to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And got a job with a small little, suburban town outside of Phoenix where they can actually enforce the law. Not abuse their power, but enforce the freaking law. More people are going to do it.
More people. Well, first off, that's just how it works. And that's how humans work.
Yeah.
You're just going to go somewhere. Like I said, welder sounds weird, but that's how welders would work. There'd be no welders. And then we'd have to go, well, look, we used to have a high standard to be certified as a welder in Los Angeles. Now we got this retarded kid with a blowtorch, but he's in because we can't fill these jobs. And then we get the British chick. By the way, that chick, she weighed 125 pounds,
so
soaking
tiny.
wet. Okay.
Like, why are you dealing with a mob at an airport?
I completely and 100% reject this notion of we need cops or firemen or anybody to look like the community whatever. I don't need them to look like me at all. They can just be good.
I'd be curious to read some data on that because even in like the Giuliani administration with the broken windows theory, that helped turn New York City around and how I think that we need to do a lot of that here in LA and in other cities in the country. I do think that sometimes they did see positive things. Like if you sent a black cop to the black community in New York, they were more receptive to have that show of force there when it was somebody that looked like them broadly.
Oh, well, I do believe the blacks are that way. Whites are not.
Okay, so you're talking about like the vast majority, not like specific communities and the communities that need it the most.
Yeah.
The communities that like need the show of force from law enforcement so there aren't drive-bys happening every single night.
Yes. All right, let's do what's next?
All right, we're going to talk about girly things. A Birkin bag, like the OG, I think, Birkin bag.
Yeah. I heard this story.
You heard about it? Because you have a daughter. That's why you heard it.
No. I know the story, which is a model from the time. Maybe her name was Birkin. Or the Birkin guy made it for the model.
It was Jane Birkin.
The model.
Yeah, she like made it famous.
Right. But that model was on a flight. And she was carrying her stuff in like a basket or something. And a guy who makes leather and bags and stuff said...
For Hermès? Is that how you say
the
it?
guy from the family.
Yeah.
He said, why don't you have a nice purse? And then she said, I don't know. And he said, well, I'll make you a purse. And I guess in the 60s or early 70s. And he made her a Birkin bag. I mean, he made the Birkin.
He was trying to impress a supermodel.
He was trying to get laid. Yeah. But we got a bag out of it.
A bag that like every single celebrity has a bajillion versions of.
And so she has the serial number one prototype Birkin bag, or her bag with her name on it. And then I guess she just walked around and used it.
Yep. And beat it up.
Yeah.
According to the picture we have.
Yeah.
Stuffed, scratched, and stained, this black leather Birkin bag just sold for a whopping $10 million. becoming the most expensive handbag to ever sell at auction. And I guess it fell at a winning bid of $8.2 million. So with taxes and fees and all that fun stuff, it's over $10 million.
Yeah, the VIG is usually about 10%, but it could be more. So $8 million. If something's 8, you got to tack another $800,000 at least on there, but it might be 15. But yeah, so it comes in at $10 million.
Apparently, by the way, $10 million in 10-minute bidding war.
Oh, really?
Could you imagine? That's some really good ROI, man.
Yeah.
10 minutes at Sotheby's, you can make $10 million.
Well,
it was purchased by a private collector, an anonymous private collector.
I always say there was anonymous. There was anonymous because if you find out who it is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because this guy's got some loser brother who's going to like come up to him and go, "Hey, man, I just read on my feed you spent $10 million for a used fucking purse. Could I borrow $40,000?" And he'd go, "No, you don't have $40,000. You just spent $10 million on a fucking purse."
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently the original Birkin has changed private hands more than once since Birkin herself sold it in 1994 to benefit AIDS research.
Wow.
Which, by the way, here she, I guess, like once something's sold, it's sold, but she donated it to charity and now it's like private collectors making money off of it. Like, I would kind of have a thorn in my side about that. Like, I had something fancy that I donated and I wanted to help charity, and then like 20 years later, 30 years later, somebody's like, "I'm going to go make $10 million off of this," I'd be slightly annoyed.
Well, let me break it down and figure it out. What'd she sell it for in 91? That's the part that should annoy you.
I don't know. It doesn't say what it sold for in 94.
Well, listen, if somebody, all right, let's just say, 94, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just say I went to the AIDS auction.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
And in 94, and I just paid $500K for this bag.
Yeah.
Well, the AIDS auction still gets the $500K.
True.
And the person who donated it, the model, still knows that she created $500,000 worth of whatever. And then I sit on it for 30 years, 31 years. Then I get to sell it, but the auction still got their cash back in the day. I mean, that's what it could sell for.
Yeah. So, like, my capitalistic side agrees with that. But my judgmental, annoyed, I'd be like,
Well, I don't think the person bought it to sell it 31 years later. The person was probably had their heart.
It could have like changed hands a few times, and then some shitty stepkid wanted to sell it.
Probably, but I still I'm not following your logic here.
Okay.
You go to the AIDS auction in 94 and you give them $500K.
Yeah.
For a bag.
Yeah.
And the AIDS auction got $500K for their bag. And then you bring the bag home and then you sit with it for 31 years.
Carry it around, scuff it up a little more.
Carry it around or use it. And at some point you want to sell it.
Uh-huh.
I don't get.
No, I'm not saying it makes any sense. And I'm not even saying somebody is at fault. I'm just saying that if it were me and it were my donation to charity originally, and then somebody else went and made a bajillion times more.
If you were the model.
If I'm Jane Birkin.
Yeah.
And that's my bag. Like the OG bag that was made for me.
I think
famous.
I think if they flipped it, but
instantly,
31 years later.
Well, it has changed hands more than once. So we don't know how frequently. Other bags, by the way, of hers or other Birkin bags, like a diamond encrusted crocodile bag, have gone for like over $500,000.
Well, look, this is the ladies' version of a baseball card or a comic book. And I frown on that as well.
Or a classic car.
No, because how dare you? Remember, 4 wheels, good.
4 wheels, good. Baseball card's bad.
A classic car can be used. Like the baseball card in a comic book, you can't touch. You know, the bag you could use, but you can't because it's worth $2 million. You can't leave.
I mean, celebrities that have 20 of them use them.
They're not worth millions.
True.
Each.
The ones that the Kardashians have aren't worth $10 million a pop.
If you go out, I'll go to Pebble Beach this year and there'll be tens of millions of dollars worth of cars out there. Some cars will be worth $80 million or whatever, but the person will be driving it on the tour before they go to the beach, and they'll have their wife in it and whatever, their kids or whatever it is. And then I'll go to the track and they'll have millions of dollars worth of cars there, but they're racing.
Yeah.
Like they're actually physically doing it.
They're enjoying the thing that they spent all that money on.
Yeah.
We're like a baseball card.
Well, I would also say that. All right, let's break this down as well. A baseball isn't inherently worth anything. It's worth about $4. And a baseball card is worth 30 cents, and a comic book's worth $1.50, and that bag is physically worth $19 worth of leather tooling on it, right? Or the cow or whatever.
Yeah.
But because of whatever, it is worth this
The process that it went through and who designed it and the name and the lore
right.
and all
Well,
that
this
stuff.
baseball, Babe Ruth hit out of the ballpark
Yeah.
in 1927. So
Yeah.
now it's worth. But and that's what I don't like about junky American cars being worth a lot versus cool Italian cars being worth a lot.
Oh, really? So you don't like a classic American car?
No.
Really?
No. American cars classically usually junk. People like them, but they're stupid mainly. Like, okay, Steve McQueen's Mustang from Bullitt sold for like over $4 million. It's a piece of shit. Okay. But if you had the Ferrari California Spider from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that car was thousands and thousands of dollars when it was new.
Yeah.
That is not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's got a 12-cylinder, 4-cam engine, probably not independent rear suspension.
I don't know what any
but
of those things mean.
probably had disc brakes, not drum brakes. Okay, don't get me. I'm just saying.
So you wouldn't spend $10 million on a Birkin bag? Should take that off of my Christmas wish list from Adam.
Somebody spent at that auction, and we don't know
An anonymous buyer
for.
from Japan.
No. At the 94
you're saying at the
auction,
94 like AIDS benefit
somebody
research.
bought a Birkin bag in 94. Did they pay over $1 million for it? I don't think so.
No.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, but the assumption based on other Birkins, like this is the OG Birkin, but like other Birkins more recently at auction have gone for under $1 million. So
Right.
I don't think that in 94, even the original one would have gone for $1 million.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's under $1 million.
Yeah.
So if somebody said, look, I got a plastic Ralph's bag. It says Ralph's on it. Okay?
Signed by Ralph.
Not
Hey,
anything.
Ralph.
It's just a Ralph's bag. Okay. Would you like to spend $872,000 for it, and in 30 years it'll be worth $10 million? Then you'd go, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And then someone would go, why would you spend $872,000 for a Ralph's bag? Well, if it's going to be worth $10 million, then my kids will have a nice life with it.
Yeah.
So that's baseballs, baseball cards, and people do that all the time. They go, who's got $5 million to spend on a baseball from Babe Ruth? Well, if it's going to be worth $10 million in 14 years, then yeah.
But also, this person that spent $5 million on the baseball probably has like $500 million, so that's nothing for them.
That's usually not their last
Yeah.
$5 million.
Yeah, exactly. They've done it before and they can do it again.